What's up everybody, it's Barky here and I'm here to talk about the latest Overwatch developer update. Jeff Kaplan and the other Overwatch devs put up a video speaking about the next season of competitive, how they would change things, and how the game modes would change to revolve around this. Which is pretty fucking cool, dude. Honestly, kudos to him. One of the first things that Jeff spoke about was the new skill rating system. Jeff Kaplan spoke about how playing competitive didn't exactly feel satisfying when ranking up because of how little every win gained you on the skill bar. With the range of 1 to 100, every win or loss meant you were going down in fractions of a rank. The new system includes a new ranking system ranging from 1 to 5,000, which gets rid of the fractional increments. Now, this is the interesting thing. We used to go up to rank 100 as the max, and supposedly as you went up, the harder it was to go up. You needed to win more, win more, win more. Every loss meant more and more and more. Now, this system is very similar to Dota 2's system of MMR and a League of Legends system of ELO. Another thing he said was that if you win or lose, you'll be going down or up in whole numbers instead of fractions, which is really cool because it's nice to see instant progress. That's what we're here for. We're the generation of instant stuff. Okay? And finally, he just added on that for the top 500 players, there'll be a requirement of having played at least 50 matches, which honestly is fair enough, dude. It'll cut down on smurfs just ranking straight up to the top, which is nice. He then went on to speak about the new skill rating tiers, which include 7 tiers: bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, master, and then finally grandmaster. Gold would be level 2000 to 2499. We don't really know about the other tiers just yet. For all tiers besides Master and Grandmaster, you won't be allowed to drop lower for the season. So if you reach Gold, you won't ever drop down to Silver, even if you drop below the initial requirement for that tier. And then finally, for the new skill rating tiers would be that season rewards will be based on what tier you reach. Honestly, I think this is awesome. I've been speaking about how it needed a change to the skill tiers and skill rating for quite a while. 1 to 100 just seemed a bit too short for that for the goal they were going for. I didn't think it really worked out that well. Which is just how it is. Games need to start out slow, and Blizzard have a really good way of listening to the community. They've changed pretty much everything that anybody had a complaint with for the better, I think. We just gotta wait for a while to see how it goes, I guess. And now we get to the sudden death changes. Now here's where I think Jeff really went into detail, and I think this is what's gonna change Overwatch for the better, fundamentally. So first off, we start with control maps. No more sudden death. It's amazing. Games will still be played best out of 5. On assault maps, we'll still play like season 1 with the time bank system, which is pretty cool. I think that I like that aspect of it. The changes to Assault, you get a bonus 30 seconds after the first initial capture. This is so that the game doesn't instantly end if the attacking team captures the first point in overtime. Changes to Payload and Hybrid Payload maps. There'll be no sudden death. Instead, teams will play on a time bank system similar to Assault. If your team finishes the map with time to spare, you'll later get a second round on attack to see how far you can push the payload. Pretty cool. Originally, when you captured a point with 30 seconds left, it would bump up your timer to 2 minutes. That will be decreased to 1 minute. This is to make the games a bit more intense and not to be too generous with the time, which Jeff said that they had been in the past. There will be ties, but it'll be incredibly rare. The only time that a tie will happen apparently is if no team pushes the point at all, which I've never seen happen, so I tend to agree with him here. If a tie does happen, both teams will receive comp points, but it won't be as much as a win, so it won't be abusable, which is just nice to hear, to be honest. So good guy, Jeff. It's good that you're looking out for the community, man. It's good. Jeff also said that the competitive points would increase. So if you have 50 CP now, that'll be converted to 500 CP in Season 2. The cost of golden weapons will increase to reflect this, but we have to wait to hear about this, apparently. So this is something that I honestly don't think is too big of a deal, but was still brought up nonetheless by Jeff. It's smurfing. If smurfing has been a big problem for you, then please leave a comment telling me about your experience. But so far on PC, I've had no issues with this, at least not that I can tell. So Jeff brought up the changes to the game that would stop smurfs from completely wiping out lower skill teams, such as in CSGO. The changes include a skill gap limit between one player to another, which will be 500 ranks. And just remember that in the new system, the max rank will be 5,000. That's 500, 10%. So for example, if you're rank 2000, you can only play with other players between 1500 to 2500, which is fair enough, honestly. I think that's a really good amount. Blizzard are aware that it's a tough one to get right due to many players legitimately just wanting to play with friends who happen to be a lot better or worse than them. The system will be tested in PTR extensively and will be adjusted based on feedback to balance it correctly. And finally, we get the skill rating decay. This is something that only applies to the top end players. If you're within Diamond, Master, or Grandmaster, which we're not sure which ranks apply to those yet, your rank will decrease by 50 every 24 hours if you don't play competitive within a week. The skill rating decay does have a limit, which is Diamond, thus the third highest tier you can reach. The system is meant to keep top players constantly playing to keep their high rank instead of just stopping once they reach it and holding on to it. That's it for this video. Jeff Kaplan did put out a quite long video, it's almost 20 minutes. I highly recommend you go watch the whole thing. This is just a summary of all of that and my thoughts on it, which generally I really like the changes. They look pretty damn good, dude. I love how Blizzard are reaching out to the community. They have the PTR servers that are constantly being updated, which is just really awesome. Hope to see you guys out there.